I was extremely upset. I was hot watching that game.
Mm.
They came out playing.
I never felt like they were gonna lose though. Maybe that's just USA bias.
In the back of my mind, I kind of thought the same. But when they started their third and they were scoring,
they still hitting
and
shots.
Serbia was still hitting the three, I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
Because I thought after the fourth quarter, I thought was gonna be after halftime. I thought they was gonna come out the gate and we was gonna see that change. But it felt like they would chip, and then they come back at 3-3-3. I'm like, oh
play,
my
Darrick
goodness.
White fouling the shooter.
Yes.
I was like,
that
man.
was pissed. Like those players was pissing me off. And then again, seeing Jayson Tatum had a DNP, and I'm not like some Celtic fan or Jayson Tatum, stan, but it's like when we're down, when they have control over the whole game, and we can't get any source of rhythm or anybody to kind of juice up the scoring or give us anything, it's like, you got to start changing it up a little bit. I even saw Draymond tweet, like, at some point, you just got to scrap your rotations. Like, you just got to start just.
Because that's his coach.
That's his coach, yeah.
And it doesn't even make sense for Tatum to not even be in your primary rotation.
To begin with.
Yeah.
But cool. But it's like, all right. But now it's like, it's super crazy because you don't really have anything to say because the guys playing in front of him aren't doing anything. Nobody was really doing anything outside
I
of
don't like it
LeBron
because,
stuff.
like, his comments kind of contradict himself. It's like, it's hard to play this 10-man rotation, whatever. I wanted to get the right matchups. Serbia has a lot of guards and big. Like, Tatum can't guard one of them guards. Or he didn't have Kevin Durant and LeBron, like, kind of like trying to body Jokic up. Like, Tatum can do all those little things like that. And
Turn your Discord notifications off.
I didn't even realize I had them on.
I'm just here. I'm
My
trying to
bad,
figure
my
out
bad.
what that is. It's Discord.
I had to wake up this morning I told you, a kid, they actually spent the night. So my mom picked them up this morning, so I had a weird time I had to wake up so she could pick them up. So I had my alarm ready.
So that
But
wasn't
that's it.
Discord, that was an alarm?
No, that was a Discord, but my phone was still on.
I feel it. The one moment I thought that Tatum was going to get some run is Anthony Edwards was awful in this game. And I thought that at halftime they were going to make the adjustment to not play him in the second half because he had some bonehead turnovers. Defensively, he wasn't there. And they were leaving him wide open. I think he only attempted 1 or 2 shots or whatever. And I was like, I tweeted, like, Anthony Edwards' minutes should go, and that's when we should see Tatum, right?
Yeah.
And Anthony Edwards checked back in the third quarter. Now, he had like a 2-minute stretch before he was yanked again. But I thought that was the time for Tatum. But again, I can't really say I care because we won. Like, I understand, like, Tatum is a top 10 player in the world right now. So it is 100% weird that he's not getting any PT at all. But, like, I'm trying to figure out where exactly he does end up playing.
In those minutes where you're down double digits to a team that you had a 16-point favorite over.
Over who, though?
Whoever was struck. To be down 16 means I got plenty of options.
Mm-hmm.
If you down 16 in the game, there ain't no for who.
Yeah.
Did we all watch the same game?
I'm thinking about who's on the court.
You
Steph
just
Curry.
said Anthony Edwards.
Right,
Boom, take his ass out.
And he did eventually. But I
For
thought
the-
that
for
those
the same people.
that stretch was.
Yeah.
But
I felt like Tatum should have been the first guy off the bench coming out at halftime.
I could see that.
There
but
was plenty of time. They
Anthony
had
Edwards.
It
full
was
control
Kevin
over
Durant.
this
Well,
game
Kevin Durant, yeah.
for 3.5 quarters.
Mhm.
We were not just losing; we were losing badly.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
was almost a 20-point game.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, I'm like, okay, I got to do something.
But I'm thinking about when the comeback actually happened. It's Steph Curry, KD, Braun, it's Book, and it's Embiid. I feel like that was perfect eventually. Like, eventually he opted to no Darrick White. Darrick White played awful as well. Defensively, he wasn't on top of
Another guy that
he fouled, but he only played like 6 total minutes.
I would love to see some 6 minutes from Jayson Tatum. I'm just saying,
I feel that. But
I see
again,
both
I'm
points.
going into it like Darrick White has been incredible this entire run. Yesterday he was bad. So like before the game, you're not gonna be like, well, Darrick White is gonna shoot 0 for 2 and foul a 3-point shooter. So I'm gonna have Tatum in that spot.
But the logic
give him
you
the chance 'cause
using
he
is
has.
for a regular season like Warrior team. This isn't your usual team. So like I don't understand why we have to get to a point where somebody like Jayson Tatum is getting legitimately a DNP in a game down 16. We can sit up here and try to calculate minutes and all that shit.
Yeah.
The point is you were down significantly to this team who had control over this game for majority of the game. There was ample time to give him some sort of opportunity to see. It don't mean he has to play 15 minutes. It just means we're trying something different because what we doing ain't working. And to be honest, them coming back and winning this game has shit to do with Steve Kerr because the players went and got it. This was a game that Steph Curry, LeBron, Durant, and Embiid said, we are not going to lose.
Don't forget
They
Book. Don't forget
willed
Book.
this game. Book. They willed themselves to this win. This had nothing to do with coaching and X's and no. They said, we ain't losing. That's what I saw from individuals who were on the court collectively. We aren't losing.
Yep.
So it's just like, that's why all I'm saying. At the end of the day, we did win. And again, I'm not here to be the Jayson Tatum say, but it just doesn't make sense. And at some point, we have to talk about it and address it, because what are you doing? What are you doing? Nobody can make this make sense to me even after a win, because you damn near lost this game.
I think it's
You
too
should
much.
be kissing
It's too much
them stars on
overthinking.
their cheeks.
It's too much overthinking. He's just too talented to not be able to touch the floor. But y'all right. It honestly, it gets erased a little bit just because we won. People gonna talk about it, but the conversation would be a lot different, I think, if they were lost.
At the end of the day, it won't matter too much. I can agree. Like, again, Tatum is a top 10 player in the world. It is 100% weird that he can't touch the floor at all. But since they are winning, it's like, so be it. We have Bron James. We have
To a
KD.
certain extent, I agree, but this is going to be a conversation. This won't get swept away.
I think it'll matter more in 4 years.
Yes, it will.
When
Absolutely.
Tatum is like, do I even care to
And
play
a lot of people. If Steve Kerr is still coaching, you have to make sure if
Is
you
this his last year?
I'm not sure. But if Steve Kerr is coaching or whatever, because of this situation, people are going to have to look at this, because are you going to commit your summer to this for this?
Yeah.
I still think it's the conversation, just because, I mean, I'm not Tatum. Obviously, he wants to play, but that experience and being on that roster still got to be like life-changing for a person like him, especially at like what he's kind of been through and having the championships. Still being on that roster,
life-changing to get
to be on the
DNPs.
Olympic teams.
All of the
I think it's
all
more
of this
so-
experience, all of this experience.
It's not like he didn't play though, too.
All of the experience for him has been this. This is his experience.
I think also.
I think
Every time
there's
his
something
name
to
has
gain
come
from
up
being on
around
that
us.
bench. I'm not saying it's the right thing.
I'm not saying it ain't nothing to gain, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying majority of the shit that is correlated to him being on his team is not them winning. It's him getting DNPs. Can you name me a player ever in history with his resume at his age on the Olympic team that had these situations?
Nobody.
It's not really.
We're
winning.
not talking about not playing significant minutes. We're talking about DNPs.
Like, the
Yeah,
coach
I
ain't even
agree. I
looking
don't
your
think
way.
anybody up here don't think it's just weird.
That's
at
all I'm saying.
I know. I think it's weird. I think it's honestly weird, especially when I see him say like, I chose to do that, or like it felt like that because the matchups was very based heavy on guards and pigs.
If
Like I
Steve
said-
Kerr came to answer these questions about this, and he gave me a answer that can make some sort of sense to me, I would shut the hell up. But whenever he's saying these things that you're saying, or the numbers games and all of these, it has nothing to do with
It's
Tatum.
more of a math problem.
It's like I don't. You got to the math. I'm just not good at math.
His
then.
math ain't mathing.
Oh, I'm not
Exactly.
good at math.
No, I think it's Steve Kerr.
Yeah, we just seen it at different scales. It's the Olympics makes it just different. I mean, it happens occasionally with like the 9th man in the rotation in real life, where like, oh man, this guy's been playing pretty decent. He's out for 2 weeks. Now the 10th man took his spot, and now he's got to fight back for it. And in this situation, Jayson Tatum is the 9th or 10th man. Again, not saying that it's the right thing, but that's just the kind of way it was. That's his mindset. He got injured. He had his injury. He wasn't able to play to start off with in the showcase stuff. We found a rotation that we liked. And that's just the way it is. Last time they played in the Olympics, 2020, Jayson Tatum averaged 15, 3 and 1, played a bunch of minutes. He started in the 2020 gold run. No Bron. This roster got KD, Tatum, Drew Holiday, Dame, Zach LaVine, Devin Booker, Bam, JaVale McGee was on this roster, and he played. Chris Middleton, Draymond Green, Jeremy Grant, Keldon Johnson. Like this roster
obviously a big, like,
that roster.
he deserves to be playing the minutes and everything like
Damn
that.
near the third best player on the team since the start of the playoffs.
Yeah.
He's 1 of 14 from 3 in this Olympic run, and then 39 of 138 in the postseason this year. And that would equate to 26% on threes since the start of the playoffs. But overall jump shooting is 31%. And I watched the way Serbia played them defensively, where they allowed a guy like Anthony Edwards or Darrick White or Drew Holiday to pretty much be open the entire time. And I'm like, Tatum's jump shot has not looked good for like 2 months now. So I'm completely okay with it since we won.
That
It's
shit
a
don't
fair
matter
point.
to me. I got to give him a chance.
Yeah.
Because
He's such a talent that, like, honestly, he could go out there and explode for 20-some points real fast. And, like, now you're looking at that completely different. So, like, you just got to give him a chance.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Keep them down, try to wear, I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA, I'm a history club.